All right, Brett Okamoto here with Daniel Rodriguez, who takes on Kevin Holland, finally. It's UFC 279, a fight that's been in the works for a long time. But it was in the works for a long time because you guys were supposed to fought a couple years ago. But it wasn't in the works in terms of, you just found out about this fight a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah, literally. I was laying in bed and they hit me up. I was on a Tuesday night, asked me yo, you want to fight Kevin Holland in 2 weeks? I was like, all right, sure, let's do it.
Well, I'd seen that you said that they were actually talking to you about a fight in San Diego, and you had turned it down, right?
Yeah, it was the San Diego card. They had hit me up 4 weeks before the fight, asking if I wanted to fight, and I said no immediately. I regretted it, but that kind of just got me, ready to go and start training hard every day. So I had started training really hard. So when they hit me up for this fight, I was like, well, I've been training, so
yeah,
I took the fight.
Who was the opponent on the San Diego one?
The reason why I didn't take the fight is because there was no opponent.
Oh, there was no opponent.
Yeah,
okay.
so it kind of helps to have an opponent.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be the guy I don't know who I'm gonna fight. But I should have said yeah, because I don't give a fight,
Well, I was gonna say, when you said yes to this fight, would you have said yes to anybody, or because it was Kevin Holland, you're like, yeah, I want that fight?
Nah, man, it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody in this card. It was just my main goal was to get back to being in shape to where I'd be able to take short notice calls, and really it was just the luck of the draw. It was him.
What has his last I think it's been about a year, right? Yeah. And you were on fire. You're coming off of a win over Kevin Lee, and you had 3 surgeries, right? Yeah. First of all, 3 surgeries. Were you supposed to have 1, and then it turned into 3? And what has this year been like for you?
Yeah, it started off as 1, and me being in my head, I just think I think man, I fight at the highest level of the game. So to be sit down and try to recover, and it was really hard because it was my hand. Mm-hmm. And so I had re-injured it a couple times, throwing really hard punches when I wasn't supposed to, or lifting crazy weight when I wasn't supposed to. And this time around, I went and got did my surgery from the same surgeon that worked on Kamaru Usman, and I followed the steps in recovery. And this time, I fully recovered, and now I'm here ready to fight.
You're here ready to fight, and what a fight to come back to. I mean, what is the history here between you and Kevin Holland?
Oh man, it's a lot, man. It's the fact that we're supposed to fight, the fact that we be trash talking on social media, the fans want to see it, and really it's just one of those fights that I feel like I gotta get. I have to fight this guy. It's going to be a part of my career that, is going to, define me,
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because I feel like, and you and I haven't talked a lot about your life, but I've heard, some stuff. And I feel like you're the kind of guy that, if you're talking to a guy about fighting, it's been rare in your life that you would have sat there and waited to fight a guy. If there's a fight on hand, it's going to happen right then and there, right? Yeah. I mean, has this been kind of an interesting way to sort of have this build over the course of multiple years?
It is, and it's it's pretty dope that we get to do this shit on 2 weeks notice, catch weight, so we could just focus on being our best that night, and yeah. It's gonna be a great fight.
Is it personal? Are you coming into this fight feeling some animosity toward this guy, and you're going to see him in person here coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care for him. Like I said, it could have been anybody, but the fact that it's him is cool. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting with all the trash talk that he does and all his weird fight style that he does. But people ask me do you think it's gonna affect you that he's trash talking? And really, it's not. I grew up in the jail system. I went to school in L.A. It's if you don't talk, then you're just getting roasted. So I ain't tripping on nothing he says.
Are you just said I'm not tripping on anything he says. You're immune to anything, or is there off limits talks when it comes to fight talk?
Nah, man. I learned a lesson a long time ago to not let someone's trash talk get in your head. And I learned it through a loss, and fortunately it was a boxing fight, but I learned that lesson a long time ago, and I don't feel like it will affect me this fight.
Was his call out a Cowboy part of this at all? Did that rub you the wrong way when he called out Cowboy Cerrone?
Hey, anybody who calls out Cowboy, I'm gonna come out their neck what's up? But when he did, I was originally yo, what about me, bro? you were supposed to fight me. I took the fight on short reach notice versus him, and I'm doing it again. So hopefully he don't get it.
When you stare down these guys on a weigh-in, are you feeling because again, I know that you've been in street fights in your past, When you're staring down a guy on a Friday, is that like a street fight situation, or is that like an athletic competition situation?
Stare down is, I guess, is more of an athletic thing. I mean, in a street fight, I ain't staring nobody down. If they're looking, I'm like, looking at you.
Yeah, true. But I guess like just the energy that you're going to have with this guy in the days leading up to it. Do you feel like it's going to be more athletic and respect, or is it going to be like, hey, fight?
Well, I'm always coming out to fight, and I feel like that's what it's going to be. I'm going to go out there and just apply pressure on this dude, and just keep my fight. My punch numbers up, and just put on a show, man. It's been a long time since I've been in there. I get to come back to a crowd on a Nate Diaz card, and it's just an amazing opportunity. I'm just gonna live up to the moment.
Yeah, you get this win on the main card. We're gonna see you in the crowd watching the Nate Diaz fight. Are you gonna try and run out there?
Bro, they don't even let us go out there after the fights. They're like, no, you gotta go, you gotta leave. So I'll try to sneak back in.
Yeah. Well, we'll be looking for you. Last thing is that now the hands are healthy. You got this fight. Trying to be active. You thinking about another fight before the end of the year, and what are you kind of the direction of your career?
I was just talking about it yesterday. My main goal was to get back to shape and to be able to take short notice calls, and I feel like at my age in the game, I'm just all in at this point. So as soon as this fight's over, I'm take a week vacation and then back to camp, and I'll hit up my manager and tell him to keep my name in the loop for a short notice.
Yeah, you're kind of the short notice guy.
I am.
Just picking up right where Cowboy left off on that.
Mr. 2 weeks notice is back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
I love it, man. I love it. Well, it's good to see you back here in the Apex. Looking forward to seeing you at T-Mobile, man.
Yeah, man.
Yep, looking forward to it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.